there's a moment that happens in silence. A moment most people never talk about. It's the moment when one person is still holding on, replaying every conversation, every touch, every promise, while the other has already let go. And here's what nobody tells you. This isn't about love. It's about survival. It's about how your brain was wired before you even knew what love was. Right now, someone is staring at their phone, waiting for a text that will never come. Someone else has already deleted the conversation and moved on to the next chapter. And the strange part, both of them experienced the same relationship, the same moments, the same ending. So why does one person drown while the other swims away? The answer lives in a place most people refuse to look. Deep inside the architecture of how we're built to attach, to need, to remember. This isn't about weakness. This isn't about who loved more. This is about neuroscience, evolution, and a truth that will make you question every relationship you've ever had. Let me take you back, not to your last breakup. Further, to childhood. To the very first moment you learned what it meant to be left behind. Researchers at the University of Oxford discovered something that changes everything we think we know about attachment. They found that boys and girls are conditioned differently from the age of 2. Boys are taught that emotional expression is a sign of vulnerability, that crying means weakness, that needing someone is something to hide. So what happens? The emotional system doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It becomes desperate. It becomes obsessive. Girls, on the other hand, are raised in a world of emotional fluency. They talk about feelings. They process pain in groups. They're taught that moving on is a form of strength, not because they feel less, but because they know how to release. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships revealed that women initiate nearly 70% of breakups, but men take 3 times longer to emotionally recover. 3 times. Think about that. Here's where it gets darker. When a boy falls in love, his brain doesn't just attach to the person. It attaches to the identity he built around that person. He becomes the boyfriend, the protector, the one who fixes things. And when that's taken away, it's not just the girl he loses. It's himself! He loses the version of himself that felt needed, that felt useful, that felt like enough. Psychologists call this ego dissolution. It's the collapse of the self-image. And for men who are rarely given the tools to rebuild emotional identity, this collapse is catastrophic. He doesn't just miss her. He misses who he was when she was looking at him. He replays the last conversation 1,000 times. Searching for the moment, it all fell apart, as if finding that moment will undo the ending. It won't. But his brain is convinced that if he just thinks hard enough, he can solve it. Because that's what he was taught. Problems have solutions. Pain has fixes. But love isn't a problem. Loss isn't a puzzle. And attachment isn't logical. Now let's talk about the other side. Why do girls move on faster? Is it cruelty? Coldness? No. It's design. Evolutionary psychologists have traced this pattern back thousands of years. Women, throughout history, had to be adaptable. They had to survive in environments where attachment to the wrong person could mean death. They had to read emotions, assess danger, and make quick decisions about who to trust. Over generations, this created a psychological flexibility, an ability to detach when survival demands it. But there's something even deeper. Neurological studies using MRI scans showed that when women process a breakup, the areas of the brain associated with emotional pain light up intensely for a short period, then gradually quiet down. Men, however, show prolonged activity in regions tied to problem-solving and regret. Women feel the pain deeply, then release it. Men avoid the pain, then get trapped in it. And here's the cruelest part. Society tells men to man up, to stop being emotional. So he doesn't cry. He doesn't talk. He doesn't process. Instead, he drinks. He distracts. He pretends he's fine. And 6 months later, he's still checking her social media, still wondering what went wrong, still hoping for a text that says, I made a mistake. Meanwhile, she's building a new life. Not because she didn't care, but because she knew staying stuck would destroy her. This is a trap. Boys are taught that attachment equals love, that holding on equals loyalty, that letting go equals failure. So when the relationship ends, he holds tighter. He convinces himself that if he just tries harder, if he just proves himself more, she'll come back. But she won't, because she's not looking back. She's already grieving. She's already healing. And she learned long ago that healing requires distance. There's a concept in psychology called rumination. It's the act of replaying painful memories over and over. Searching for meaning. Searching for answers. Men nato women process. Men isolate. Women connect. Men hide their pain until it becomes rage or depression. Women express their pain until it becomes strength. But none of this makes one better than the other. It just makes them different. Tragically, beautifully, painfully different. So what does this mean for you? If you're the one still holding on, understand this. Attachment isn't love. It's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Fear that no one will ever see you the way she did. But she's not coming back. And the longer you wait, the longer you stay, a ghost of who you could become. And if you're the one who moved on, understand this. His attachment isn't weakness. It's the only way he knows how to love. The only language he was given. He's not trying to trap you. Yes, trying to understand why the one thing he thought was permanent turned out to be temporary. The truth is, we're all just trying to survive heartbreak with the tools we were given. Some of us were given shovels. Some were given maps. And some were given nothing at all. But the heart doesn't stop beating just because it's broken. It learns. It adapts. It moves forward. Even when it doesn't want to. Especially when it doesn't want to!